Hi guys. We all know in the beginning that God wanted to be the king over all of Israel, right? But the Israelites demanded a king. And so God gave them Saul. Saul didn't turn out to be a very good king. He wasn't very obedient, and his heart wasn't really with God. And so the kingdom was ripped out of Saul and given to David, right? One of the sons of Jesse. And he belonged to the tribe of Judah. What's interesting is that towards the end of David's life, and David didn't live a perfect life, obviously. Like nobody lives a perfect life, but David's heart was right with God. And that's another video that I'm gonna make that shows you some of the ways that he actually speaks with God. It's just so beautiful, so intimate. But towards the end of his life, he had a son Solomon, and Solomon was going to succeed the throne. And Solomon was very young. I think he was like 12 years old when he actually took the throne, and he was inexperienced, but he had his officials around him to help him. But what's beautiful is what King David said. He made everybody come together, all all the officials of the kingdom. They came together, and Solomon was there, his son, and he said this, and I want to show you how beautiful it is, because it's just absolutely let the words speak for themselves. Check it out. So this is 1 Chronicles 28, starting at verse 8. So this is when he has everybody, right? And he goes, "So now with God as our witness, and in the sight of all Israel, the Lord's assembly, I give you this charge." And he's talking to Solomon. "Be careful to obey all the commands of the Lord your God, so that you may continue to possess this good land and leave it to your children as a permanent inheritance. And Solomon, my son, learn to know the God of your ancestors intimately. Worship and serve him with your whole heart and a willing mind. For the Lord sees every heart and knows every plan and thought. If you seek him, you will find him, but if you forsake him, he will reject you forever. So take this seriously. The Lord has chosen you to build a temple as a sanctuary. Be strong and do the work." So what has changed from back then to now? Well, who came out of the lineage of the tribe of Judah? It's called the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Yeshua the Messiah, Jesus the Messiah. And you know something? You read that verse where it says, if you seek him, you will find him, but if you forsake him, he will reject you forever. That's not the case anymore. God has told us that he's not going to forsake us. He's never going to abandon us. As a matter of fact, who was forsaken in our place? Jesus, Yeshua. Remember Psalm 22? My God, why have you forsaken me? That's love. He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. For by him all things were created, both in the heavens and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions, or rulers or authorities. All things have been created through him and for him. Colossians 1:15-16. I always try to remind everyone, if you want to really know who God is, just take a look at Jesus. And he is the radiance of his glory and the exact representation of his nature, and upholds all things by the word of his power. Hebrews 1:3. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. Isaiah 6:3. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God, the Almighty, who was, and who is to come. Revelation 4:8.